Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. Today I want to talk about the real meaning of hijab and why Allah decided for us to wear the hijab, men and women. This is not only for men, for women. So hijab in itself means barrier. So that is the literal translation. And in this case, it refers to the barrier that we establish between men and women, both physically, psychologically, emotionally, of respect. So we establish a barrier of respect between both genders. And this is applied in the way we talk, in the way we act, in the way we dress. Everything is part of hijab. But why Allah decided to create this word hijab for both men and women, and why women have to dress like covered up and not men? Well, this can be explained in a simple word: fitra. Fitra means our nature as human beings. So when Allah created us with a established nature. What does that mean? That basically means that Allah has put something in our nafs, in our souls, without doing nothing. Allah has already put something in our souls, and we have desires as human beings, right? So in this case, Allah has put in the nafs of men that He loves to see beauty. Basically, Allah has put in their fitra, in their nature, to see beauty, to love, to watch beauty. Everything that is related to beauty, men love to see that. Okay? But in the fitra of women, it is the opposite. It is that we love to see ourselves beautiful. That we love to, every time we go to the mirror, to see our beauty. You know? To beautify ourselves. That is our fitra. So how does Allah decides to do with that? He literally decides to literally put something that goes against it. How? Basically, Allah says to men, lower your gaze. How is it possible? Because it's in their fitra, it's in their nature that Allah says that men have to lower their gaze. So if they do that, they cannot see beautiful women. They cannot see beauty. And in their nature, it is to see beautiful women. So how are they going to do that? Well, they're going to lower their gaze with only one thing, with the fear of Allah. So if they fear Allah, they will lower their gaze. And in the case of women, how does Allah put a test to women? He says to them to cover up. But how are they going to cover up if they love to see themselves beautiful, if they love to draw attention, if they love to beautify themselves? With fear of Allah. If you fear Allah, you will follow the command of Allah. Even if you don't like it, you will feel you got to the highest spiritual level because you were able to fulfill what Allah says. And that is, at the end of the day, the best thing you should do. Because if Allah says that, it's because there's a reason behind that. Let's put in the case, we decide not to fulfill our hijab. We decide to not follow what Allah says. What would happen? It's pretty obvious, but let's put ourselves in that scenario. Imagine you were married, Okay, you were married to a man, and this man loves to stare a lot. He loves to see a lot. He loves to look at every single woman he goes. Like you go out with him and he's always staring to women. Most probably what is going to happen in that relationship is that he is going to become unloyal and he's going to go with another woman because he will find that woman much younger, much more beautiful. So that relationship is done. Now, imagine that apart from that, the woman he's married to, okay, goes uncovered and she loves to draw attention. She loves to look beautiful to other men, to other women outside, and she doesn't care. What is it going to happen? Well, she's probably going to get a lot of attention from men, and she will probably fall for that attention, and she will probably become a lawyer to her partner as well. But that won't last long because beauty doesn't last long, because beauty in itself it's a period of time, and you're not going to be always beautiful. So if you basically fall back in the way you look, in your the way you look physically, you're never going to be happy because they are only going to see you for the way you look physically, and they were only attracted to you in the first place because of the way you look. And most probably these men even have already objectified you, sadly, because that is in their nature. Once they see women that show everything, they naturally, like this is scientifically proven, they will see you as an object. Literally, you are an object to them automatically. So once he got what he wanted, he will go to another woman that is much more younger and much more beautiful. So do you see the reason behind the hijab, and how is it so important for the both of us, for both genders, to fulfill it? It is basically because of the fitra we were born with, of our nature, and we cannot run away from that. Like there's no way we can't run away from the fitra Allah has given us. The only thing we can do is to work every day to not fall in the trap of shaitan, and because shaitan is always whispering. Shaitan is always whispering to us, mostly to women. He will say to women things like, you look more beautiful if you go like this. You look way more beautiful if you do this. Why are you doing this? Why are you covering up so much? Like, show some skin. Do something. You'll get more attention. Why is it so, right? But, there's always a reason behind that. Always. There's a reason behind it. And in my case, I'm not a niqabi. I'm not a niqabi. But not because I don't want to be a niqabi, because I actually do want to be a niqabi. But because I live in a country where I'm so limited just with the fact I wear a hijab. Like literally, it's a country in the West, and of course, I'm working right now, and if I decided to wear a niqab, probably they would fire me, and but Allah knows our intentions. So if you do something, do it always for the sake of Allah. Don't do it for the sake of what society says or what other thing or what other people say. So there's always this question. That's why they be asking, why Allah decided for women to cover up? Why don't men cover up? I hope this video kind of made you realize the reason why Allah has decided to put that wise term named hijab. And I'm going to be repeating it again. Hijab is not only for women but for men. And there's more things to hijab for men, but I just said the most important one, that is to lower their gaze, which is the most difficult thing for men, because as I was telling you, men love to see. So why would Allah put hijab for men that is to cover up? Because they don't really care about that. Like, that's not what they want to do in the first place. What they want to do is to see. So why would Allah decide to put that as their hijab? So do you see the reason why? Analyze the wisest. That's on period. So I hope this video made you clear up about the mind, like the concept of hijab and all of that. I covered myself up. I wore the niqab in this video because I love to be private. You know, I don't want people to see my face, and you know, I prefer to be low-key private and stuff. I love to create content, but I don't want them to see who I am physically. Like, I prefer like to show my personality and my knowledge rather than my physical beauty. And I think that is the most wisest thing I can do as a woman, personally. And yeah, I hope this video helped you out and you learned something new. Jazakallahu khairan for watching. Assalamu alaikum.